We are recording.
Great. Thank you, Sophia. Thanks for your help today, too. Let me go ahead and share my screen, and we'll go ahead and get into some introductions here. Let me share the right screen. Okay, hopefully you can all see that okay. So today I just want to start with a quick introduction. We'll share our agenda, and then we'll also have a lot more to share with you. We'll just get right into it. So let me get my slides ready here and I'll introduce ourselves. Let me introduce myself first. Hello, everyone. I'm Sage Freeman. I'm an instructional media specialist and I work at Chemeketa Community College in Salem, Oregon. And I also work in an emergent technology work group as part of a consortium in Oregon. It's the Oregon Community Colleges Distance Learning Association. And I work closely with Monica in that work group. And so wanted to tell you about that. Monica, did you want to introduce yourself?
Sure, I'll just jump in and say, everybody, I'm Monica Marlo. I'm an Imagineer or Immersive Education Engineer at Portland Community College. And I'm honored to work with really brilliant folks like Sage across the state who explore emergent technology together. And I'm primarily here in a support role for Sage today. So I'm going to turn my camera off to help support saving bandwidth and help focus on him. And thank you, everybody, for being here.
I'm going to do the same thing, Monica. I'm going to stop my video because I just wanted to have it on to introduce ourselves. So I'll go ahead and stop my video. Okay, and let's see. This is the agenda for today, everyone. We're going to do a quick introduction. We're kind of doing that right now. We're going to go through an activity with you next. We're going to talk about creating a custom avatar that you're going to be able to use for the next activity, which is to join us in Mozilla Hubs today. And we'll tell you more about what Hubs is, but that's the agenda. So we're going to create an activity. We're going to ask you to join us in Hubs, and we'll share a link at that point in the session in the chat. So you'll be able to make a decision whether you want to stay in Zoom and watch or join us in Hubs and leave Zoom. Okay, and then once you're in Hubs with us, we have a short presentation on VR for education, and we're going to also give you an overview and a live demo of Hubs. So that's our agenda for today. Wanted just a quick mention about the learning objectives. So we're hoping at the end of this session, you're going to be able to understand key concepts. You're going to be able to create a virtual classroom of your own using Hubs. And through playing and experience today, if you should decide to join us in Hubs, through that play and experience, we hope you will gain basic skills for interacting in this environment. Also, we hope that you'll come away with some key resources that you can explore later. So those are the learning objectives. Okay, so if everybody's ready, let's go ahead and start with the first activity. So let me describe the activity first. I'm going to show you a few slides and explain the activity. And then I'm going to share my screen and demonstrate a few how to do this. And then we're going to turn it over to you all, and you'll have 5 minutes to jump out to do this yourself. And so let me go ahead and show you the slides, and you can see what that looks like, what this activity is about. This is creating your own custom avatar. So today we're going to do an activity. We're going to ask you to go to the ReadyPlayerMe website. This is a website that has a avatar creator program that you can use to create your own personalized avatar. You should know that you do not need to sign up for an account. You don't have to provide any information. This also will remember you. It uses a web browser cookie, so you can return here later and continue to make changes. So if you bookmark this in your web browser, you'll be able to come back later and make changes. So you don't have to create an account today. Very easy for everybody to get to, hopefully, and play along. Wanted to tell you the creators behind ReadyPlayerMe is a company called Wolf 3D. They were founded in 2014, and they've done all of these really high quality face scans. They use deep learning technology that will take a photograph from you. You can use a photograph of yourself to start when you create your avatar, and this deep learning will look at the avatar, analyze it based off all these face scans, and offer you a suggestion that you might think is really accurate or not. You should know that Wolf 3D is a partner of Stanford University's Virtual Human Interaction Lab. So this is just a little bit more to know about Wolf 3D and ReadyPlayerMe. Okay, so here's what here's what you're going to do. These are the steps involved. You're going to go out to this website. We'll give you the link. You're going to choose an avatar type, and you're going to choose half body. I'm going to demonstrate this, okay, here in just a second. The next thing, you'll choose a body type like a gender. You can choose neutral, so that's nice. You don't have to choose a gender. You have an option. If you want to take a photo of yourself using your web camera, or if you want to upload a photo, you can, but that's optional. You don't have to. And then you can customize your avatar using the editor, and it's really easy. I'll show you that. When you're done, you're going to click that done button in the top right corner, and that's where you're going to copy the link. All right. And so once you do that, we'll go to the next step, and that's adding it to hubs. Okay. And so I'll show you the next step in a minute. Let me demonstrate how this works. So first, I'm going to go out to the ReadyPlayerMe website. Hopefully everybody can see that. So we'll give you the link here in a minute. When you get out to this website, you're going to click on create avatar is what it should say. Right now I've already been here, so it remembers me. Sorry, I was hoping to show you the steps. And I will show you the steps here. Let me back up for a minute and you can see. Okay, so you will create your avatar. You click the button to create your avatar. You'll choose half body. This is the avatar type that is used in hubs. You should know there are full body avatars for other programs like VR chat, but this is for hubs, you'll choose half body. Here's where you can choose, let me make this bigger to see that. Here's where you can choose a gender, or you don't have to specify either. So I'm not going to specify. All right, now you can take a photo of yourself, or you can continue without one. So if you're worried about privacy or anything, you don't have to. I'm going to continue without a photo. All right, and then after that, I'm into the avatar editor, okay? So now, first of all, I can change the hairstyle, hair color, face color, excuse me, face color, skin tone. I can also change the shirt style. There are some limited choices here, but you can choose those. I can choose the hairstyle as well. I can choose facial hair options. I can customize the eyes or the eye color. I can choose the eyebrow style. I can add some fun eyeglasses. Let me add some fun glasses here. There are some really interesting and bizarre things too, like face masks and things like that. You can add a hat or other options here too. So let me click, when you're ready, you click done in the top right corner. And okay, so let me zoom out. And so you can see it's creating this avatar for me. And it should create a picture of the avatar. There's my avatar that I just created. You can use this avatar in other programs like VR chat, hubs, or live. Here's where you're going to copy that link. So you can click the copy button and that will copy that URL. And then this is where we move on to the next step, where we invite you into hubs. We'll tell you the next steps when you get there. For now, I think, let me go back to the slides. And here's where I'm going to invite you all to do this. You can take 5 minutes. And so I'm looking at the clock right now. It's 1:09, right about 1:10 right now. We're going to give everybody 5 minutes. And let me put the link in the chat. So let's see here. Let me do that.
Is it the link from the slide?
It will be a different one here.
Okay.
And since the slide's not clickable for people, I'm going to put it in the chat. Okay, so here's the link. I'd like everybody to go out to readyplayer.me. And I will go out there with you. Back to my slides here. I'm going out there too. And as you can see, once you get out there, you're going to click on that create avatar. So if everybody's out there, hopefully they're getting that far along. They'll choose half body. Then I'm going to choose masculine this time for my gender. I am going to upload a photo. I can pick a file, and I just happen to have one. And here's a photo of myself. Let's see how well it does with this picture of me. All right, I see Clint's coming in. That's great. All right, so here's what it did, and it does this every time. It gives me this same avatar every time. It really thinks I look like this avatar, and I don't think so, but it thinks I do. So I've actually customized my avatar to look quite different. I'll show you what I've done with mine. So when I go here, get out of here and do another one here and show you that. This will be my avatar. It remembers me. Remember I said it uses a cookie. So this is my avatar. And let's see, I should be paying attention to the chat here. So it says, it's fun to try ReadyPlayerMe from a couple different photographs. Yeah, that's right, Monica. Hopefully everybody's having some fun and getting in here and getting their avatar customized. You've got about 3 more minutes to customize that avatar.
For those who just joined, I'm going to repaste the link to the avatar tool that we're using and Sage is demonstrating right now. It is in the chat.
Thank you, Sophia. Yeah, so right now we're asking you to go out to this website and click the Create Avatar button. There's no account sign up. All you need to do is go out there and click that button and follow the prompts. It'll ask you to choose a half body or a full body. You want to choose half body. So if you're just joining us now, you want to create your custom avatar, you got a few minutes left to do that. And then we're going to ask everybody to go to the next step, and that's to join us in Hubs. And you'll be able to use the link to your avatar to represent yourself in that space, in the Hubs room that we're going to ask you to join. And so, yeah, so hopefully you're having some fun. You know, one of the things about avatars is that you can really express yourself, or you can get creative with it. I know that a lot of people really gravitate towards the idea of self-expression and creating your personalized avatar. It seems to appeal to a lot of different people. Yeah, be sure to choose half body. Thank you. Thanks for that in the chat. Hubs is not a full body avatar support. It's half body. Other apps like VR Chat support full body avatars. If you're in Hubs and you're wearing a headset, I'll tell you more about that. You will have hands, but most of you today are going to be using a computer. So you're not going to have hands. You're just going to have a talking head and bust. And so it looks like we're right about 1:14. Hopefully everybody's getting enough time to customize that avatar. Once you're done, remember you need to click the done button in the top right corner. It will generate that avatar. And once you do that, you'll have an opportunity to copy the link to that avatar. So here you can see it's creating an avatar for me. Yeah, it would be cool, Luke, if Zoom would use these. And I could tell you more about that too. There is ways you can use animated avatars in Zoom, but that would be another workshop. Okay, so here it's generated mine. Let me zoom out for a minute so you can see that. There's a link down below here, so zoom out all the way. You're going to copy that link. Make sure that you copy it and keep it in your clipboard because you're going to be pasting it here in a minute. You notice that this work is licensed Creative Commons by Wolf Print 3D. That means that you can use this for non-commercial share alike 4.0 CC BY. So hopefully many of you know about Creative Commons licensing, and that's a neat thing. Okay, so if everybody's ready, I'm going to go ahead and copy mine, and I'll close out of here. We're going to return back to the slide deck here. Okay, so now we're ready to move on to the next step here. I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to show you a couple slides, show you what to do. Then we're going to put a link in the chat and invite you to leave Zoom and join us in Hubs. So let me just show you what you're going to do with your avatar real quick. So when we ask you to join us in Hubs, you're going to get to this website. It'll ask you to join, but there'll be an option once you join to change your avatar. You'll see it'll ask you to choose an avatar. You'll choose change avatar. Click that change avatar button. And then in the top right corner, you're going to see an option to be able to paste that link. Okay. So once you paste the link, then you can click apply and accept, and you'll be joining the room with your custom avatar. Now, I have a short video that I'm going to play for you now that's going to get everybody ready to join us. I'm going to show you what it's like to come in before you do actually come in. Okay, so let me show you what that looks like.
Hi everyone, welcome to today's session on creating VR classrooms with Mozilla Hubs. Today we're going to use Mozilla Hubs for our session, so we're going to invite you in. We're going to share a link in the chat. When you click on the link, you'll come to our Hubs room. First thing you need to do is click on Join Room. Next, you can click on Change Avatar. Here's where you can change your avatar. In the top right corner, you can click on Avatar GLB URL. And here's where you can then paste in that link that you copied from your ReadyPlayerMe avatar that you copied earlier. Click on the Apply button, and you should see your custom avatar in the little window there. You can rename your avatar. You can actually type in your name, or you can use an optional made-up fictional name. And then click the Accept button. You'll be able to test your microphone, and then you can also test your speakers. There's a toggle to mute your microphone upon entry, and that's a good idea. Then click Enter Room. You should now enter the room. You can click the left mouse button to click and look around. You can use the WASD keys to move around, forward, backward, right, and left. You can use the Q and E keys on your keyboard to rotate your view. Again, you can also left click and drag to move around and look. Here you can see I'm moving around in the environment, and this is the room that we're going to be in today. We're going to have our presentation up and ready to share with you. There are some options down below. You'll be able to chat. You can toggle your microphone on and off. You can also click on the More button in the lower right corner with the 3 ellipsis icon. You'll see a lot more settings there. You can click on the People in the top right corner and see all the people, the participants in the room. You can click on Objects and you'll be able to see the different models or videos or media that's been pinned in the room.
Sage, is
you
it
can also
possible
click
to
on
share the
Invite
link to this
button,
video?
just so that you know that's where you can find the link to the room. There's also a way for you to use a code to join from a VR headset, or you can grab the iframe embed code from that. Finally, there's a button to leave the room. And so if you wanted to leave, you could just close your browser, or you could leave the room. So that's it. We're going to share the link with you, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah, Sophia, yes. Let me get that for you right now. Let's see.
Hi, everyone.
So this link here, I think I can get that for you. Hang on. I should have had that ready to go, but that's the invite. Good link. I'll put it in the chat right now. this is the link that just the onboarding video is what we think of it as. Should I just send it to you in the chat, Sophia? So that you've got that too. Okay. And I believe I'm still sharing my screen. Everybody can see that okay? So now we're good. Thank you for that feedback.
Is there a particular browser?
Chrome works best. Chrome will work best for you today. It does work in Firefox. It should work in Safari, but the videos I find don't work in Safari necessarily. So, okay, so let's see here. And I see some people are already in here. And let me put the link up here. Sorry, I'm juggling
Hi,
this
everyone. Welcome to
a little bit. Just a reminder before you jump in, I'm going to put the link in the chat, or maybe we've already done that. That's the link to join the
Yeah, I
Hubs
got it
room.
for you.
Thank you, Sophia.
Mhm.
Yeah, just a reminder, we're going to give everybody about 5 minutes to shuffle in here. You should leave Zoom. If you're going to come into Hubs, you should leave the Zoom meeting. I will stay in Zoom. You're welcome to stay if you don't want to participate today, but you just want to observe. You can stay in Zoom and watch what's happening. But if you want to participate, join us in Hubs. If you join us, you should know there's only 24 people allowed in the room. So if we exceed that, you can click the spectate button and watch from the lobby. So you can observe from the lobby if we reach our room limit, which we probably will. And I'm going to go ahead, and this is the link that that Sophia has shared with you. So let's wait for everybody to come in here. And I'm going to go ahead and mute my microphone here in Zoom and start sharing my microphone from the room. And in just a minute, Sophia, I'll show you the view of the room here, and I'll be toggling back and forth between the slides and the room. Okay, so hopefully everybody can hear me.
Yep, hopefully I can hear you.
Good. Okay, and has anybody joined? Oh, great, everybody's in here. This is great. All right. Looks like everybody's getting in okay. Everybody's exploring. I might play a little bit of music while we wait. I won't play the music. We'll do that at the end. Okay, so it looks like we're getting quite a few people in here. This is great. Okay. So we've got 34 people, several in the lobby, several in the room. So hopefully everybody can see that okay. And I'm going to stream my view to the lobby. Okay. So let's see, Sophia, how are we doing back in Zoom? Looks like we got quite a few people still in Zoom.
Yeah, I am not joining Hubs, so I don't know how many are in Hubs, but we have 28 people in the Zoom room. There is some feedback or echo from your end, and I think that's probably because you're sharing your computer sound with us via Zoom. But it's not horrible from my end. I'll get the link for you, Gwendolyn.
Okay, we'll get back to the presentation here. Looks like everybody's in the room. And let's see, I know that some people are playing with the music. I'll just go ahead and pause the music. Hopefully everybody can see me okay. You might be wondering, why am I so big in this room? That's because I made my avatar twice the size so that you have your attention on me. I might look a little bit bigger than normal, so don't feel weird. All right, let me continue the presentation. All right, so we wanted to tell you a little bit about immersive VR environments.
Hey, Sage, one moment. We're getting a pretty heavy echo from your end. So if you could stop sharing your computer sound, that'd be awesome.
I will do that. How's that?
Much better. Thank you.
Okay. How about in hubs? Monica, does it sound okay? Okay, and so Monica's talking to the room. I know you can't hear that because I'm not sharing sound anymore, but she was giving some guidance to the room. And if you wanted to see the room, I'll show you what it looks like. You see everybody in the room here. So hopefully you can all see that. And by the way, they can see themselves in the room on the big screen. So they're seeing that too. Let me get back to the slides and we'll continue the presentation. We're going to give you a 15-minute presentation and demonstrate some of these things in hubs. And so hopefully everybody in Zoom and in hubs can observe and learn from this. Okay. All right, so VR immersive environments. You're in one right now. We want to tell you just a little bit about the technology behind this. You might have heard a lot of different terms about virtual reality, augmented reality, virtual reality, mixed reality, extended reality. Well, virtual reality is often fully immersive with a headset. Augmented reality is often using a phone or an iPad where you can see 3D models in real space. Mixed reality is the merging of real and virtual worlds, and it allows for physical interaction with digital objects. And I'll show you what that means here in a minute, but you're in mixed reality. Extended reality is an umbrella term that encompasses all of these environments. So that's a little bit about mixed reality. And here are some use cases for education. How can you use VR? You can use it for communication and social group work. You know that you can use it for meetings because you do virtual meetings every day. This is an alternative to something like Zoom. I've seen some really great examples of art galleries and showcases in hubs. You can do peer support groups. There's a benefit to mental health by interacting with people using a customized avatar, and also simulations and skills training. Those are things that you can do in hubs. And hubs, we want to tell you a little bit more about what is hubs. Hubs is a virtual platform. It's an immersive website that you can create rooms and meet with people. You can share your microphone, you can create 3D objects, you can interact in this environment. There's also something called Spoke, which is an editor that allows you to create scenes so that you can use them in hubs. As you might have noticed, I've customized this scene today for our conference. And then also Hubs Cloud. That is if you want to host your own Hubs server, you can do that. So I told you a little bit about Spoke. What's really great about Spoke is that it allows you to be creative. You can really customize your environment. You can also build off other environments that are available. So if you don't want to start from scratch, you can build upon an existing scene. There are also building tools and kits for you to create architecture, rock formations. It's very friendly, very user-friendly. Hubs works on all devices. And right now, we're exploring this in 2D. We're not really in 3D. It kind of looks like 3D, but it's a flat TV screen or a computer screen that we're looking at. If you put on a VR headset, you see this in 3D and you're in this space. It's very impressive. And it all runs in the browser. There's no downloads, no software, no accounts required, and it works on all these devices. You can create a Hubs account, and if you do, there's a lot of benefits. You'd be able to upload your own avatars and save them. You can change scenes in the room. You can pin objects. You might notice I put objects in the room today that will be here, and when you leave and come back, they'll be here again. You can moderate the room and access the room controls. There's a lot of benefits to creating an account. It's free. All you have to do is provide an email address. If you're going to invite students into this space, they do not need to create accounts, just like Kahoot or something else. You can invite them to this space, tell them to use their name when they sign in with the guest avatar, so they don't have to create an account, but it's a benefit for you to create an account as an instructor. So I want to tell you about some features in Hubs that support educators. And I'm going to switch back for a minute so that everybody can see what's going on. Just kind of see here. Hopefully everybody in Zoom is able to see the room and see our presentation. And I noticed that my screen is small again. Did somebody make that small? Let me unpin that. Make that big again. Okay. And there's so many people in front of me, I can't really pin this. Okay, but how's it look on your end, Monica? Still big on the screen? Okay. Okay, can depend on your internet. All right, I'll advance the slides here. So some features that support educators, what are those? Well, you can create rooms in Hubs. Every time you go to the website and you create a room, you get a new link. You can create a unique room for every occasion, a class, a group, like a study group, an event, a meeting, office hours. You can use this for a lot of different use cases. And to create a unique room for each allows you flexibility. You should also know that you can edit the room and change the name and the link to use the same room repeatedly. Lots of options. I already mentioned there's a 25-person capacity. You can increase that, but it starts to degrade the performance of people on mobile devices, mostly. But there can be larger meetings. Okay, here's the next feature. You can add content to your rooms, things like scenes. I can change the scene on the fly. I could put us on an island or in a classroom or in a conference room. Lots of different scenes available. Also, you can add models. I'm going to demonstrate that in a minute. And you can also add avatars The reason why you add an avatar to this room would be to allow other people to try on the avatar. So that is something you can do. Another feature is the ability to personalize avatars in this space. Already, I need to take a screenshot, by the way. Somebody take a screenshot. You're all distinctly different. You have unique identities, and maybe some of that is realistic, or based off the avatar you created, if you used a photo, or if you're expressing yourself more in a real world. But it also fosters social equity. The ability to change your skin tone color, your hairstyle. You don't have to be a gender. And you can be creative and be whatever you want. You don't even have to be let me just say, you don't have to be a person. I've created a really fun talking crocodile as my avatar. So if you hang out after this, I might show you my talking crocodile. Another thing you can do is positioning and seating. What I mean by this is you can create waypoints, and then you can quickly ask students to jump to a seat. So if you're in a crowded room, you can ask everybody, hey, jump to a seat. Or if you're the instructor, you can jump to a teaching location. So if everybody would turn around and press the space bar, you'll notice there are some waypoints you can jump to on the couch behind you. Here's what it looks like. It's a little hard with so many people in here, but you can see there are little heads sticking out of the couch. And if you press the space bar, you can click on that head and it will put you there. And I was going to demonstrate that, but it looks like some people are doing that. I don't want to change my view. Again, that helps people to be able to find a seat real quick, or jump to a common location that you're teaching in the room. Another feature that's really great is spatial audio. What that is, or what I mean by that, is that your audio volume is louder based on how close or further away you are, based off your distance. So that means that you can be louder or quieter. To demonstrate that, if I played the video in TV behind you, if you get closer to it, it'll get louder. If you get further away, then it gets softer. That allows you to hold conversations in a room all together and then break out into groups and have private conversations. Also, if you add stimulus to the room, like content, you can control the loudness based off how close or far away you are. Some benefits there. Okay, this next one is media frames. Media frames allow you to place content in the room. So I've placed my slides at the front of this presentation. But it looks like it's small. I think I can fix that. Make this bigger. Let me unpin it.
Hey, Sage, we're seeing your slides or a slide for media frames. Did you want us to see the virtual reality?
I did. Thank you. I think that's helpful, Sophia. Okay, so, and then get this right here. Try to put the my screen share. I'm sharing my screen. I'm trying to pin it. I'll just do this instead. Make this bigger. I don't have to pin it on the frame. There we go. Just pin that. Okay, so hopefully that's larger for everybody. I've got some other things in the room that are pinned as well, like the video or the music that was playing in the back on the TV. That's pinned. There's other objects that you can pin in the room, such as a slide presentation, a video, a 3D model. And when you pin things, they stay in the room so that when you come back, they're there. That means you can get your classroom ready ahead of time. That means you can put content in those areas where students break out. That gives them stimulus. They can go and have breakout conversations, look at the video, look at the slides, look at the models, write on the whiteboard using a pen, and then come back and share their breakout experience. So that's some ideas of how you'll use media frames. 3D models. So with 3D models, a couple things to know. First, students can pick up models. They can interact with them. You can even add gravity to the model so that it falls to the ground. So for example, let me place a model here and let me show this, Sophia. Back to that. So I'm going to place a model. I've got a model right here. Keep touching my trackpad. Here we go. Okay, so place a model. I'm going to click place on the hosting toolbar. There's an option that says 3D model. You're not seeing this, but I can show it. Let me show that from here so that people in Zoom can see this. So I'll click place, 3D model. I'm going to choose a model from Google Poly. I'm going to type microscope. And here's a microscope. Okay, so there's the model. Let me bring that up and make that bigger in the room. Now that's probably really big. You can also add gravity to it. Now it drops to the ground. That went too far. Let me place that again. Do another one. Here we go. And what I can do is rotate this, inspect it, make it bigger, rotate it. And now if I right click on it, you can see this. There we go. Let's see if you can see this here. I just have to pin it. That hopefully you can see that.
All right, Sage, we're at about 7 minutes out from the end of this session. We do have a few questions from the chat, if you don't mind. So the first one is, what is the video editor tool used for the orientation video, if you're willing to share?
You bet. I used Camtasia Studio. That's my go-to tool for screen recording. And they do have an educator license. It's about $180 for the pro version or the licensed version. But it's a great tool for creating screen recordings and annotated videos.
I agree. It's the same that I use, Henry. So again, that's Camtasia, and it is a TechSmith tool. It's sort of a ramped up version of Snagit, if you've ever heard of Snagit. The next question is, can more realistic spaces be created, or are these the only choices provided?
There are more realistic spaces. If you're familiar with photogrammetry, you can create real world experiences in here that have a real 360-degree photographic sphere. You can place real architecture, such as houses, buildings that have a photoreal appearance. I noticed that I'm getting echo also, Sophia. Are you hearing that?
I actually figured out that you have to turn down your volume within the virtual environment in order to not get an echo. So it's really a user tool setting. Robin Leach is asking, how do you control the objects, resizing and so forth?
Yeah. So there are some controls on the Hub's website that walks you through all the keyboard controls, but you can left click and hold the shift key down, then your mouse wheel will scale it. If you hold the space bar down when you're hovering your cursor over the object, you'll have additional options like scale and rotate. So the space bar is your friend.
Teresa Langford is asking, is this free for college instructors or on a subscription basis?
Good question. Hubs is completely free. You don't need to create an account. If you decide to create an account, you just have to provide an email address and verify the email. Your students can just join. They don't need accounts. So that might be hopefully a good answer to your question.
And if I might add, Teresa, if you're using it with students, be sure that you take a look at that user agreement before you require it. It is not free to use these free tools. As we know, if it's free monetarily, usually data and so forth is being collected as a monetary alternative.
So you should know
there are some ethics involved. That's the message.
So take a look at the privacy policy for Hubs. It's on their website. They are a non-for-profit company, Mozilla. They support an open and free internet. This is built on open source software, and they do not misappropriate your data. But they are also not going to provide you with any compliance standards like FERPA or COPA if you ask for that.
Robin Leach is asking, how do you access the rooms using Oculus Quest headsets? It's fairly specific. Is that what was on that one slide a few slides ago?
Yeah, so I should be repeating the questions for the people in the room as well in Hubs, because I realize they're not hearing those. Question was, how do you access on the Oculus Quest? Well, you can use the Oculus browser. There's a web browser that's built in for Oculus, or you can download the Firefox Reality web browser. When you go to Hubs, you can enter in VR. There's also an option to join by a code. If you go to hub.link in your VR headset, you can enter that code and join your room real easy. There's more information about this in my slide deck, which I will share in the Discord server and also in the chat in Zoom, so you can all access the slides. There's links, resources, all of that information is packed in the slides. I realized I was getting to the end of my presentation, so I just wanted to kind of wrap up here. I did have some remarks about accessibility. You should know that Hubs is not currently fully supported. Not all Hubs features are accessible. They are committed to accessibility. I think we can expect improvements in the future, but you should know your audience. If you're going to use this with students who are using assistive technology, probably not a good idea.
Yeah, good to consider this as an option. We have about 1 minute left. So Sage and Monica, if you'd like to wrap up, go right ahead. And we do have a hard stop at 50 after the hour. So thank you everyone for joining. And I think my last question will be, Sage and Monica, what is the best way for everyone to get in touch with you in the case that they have further questions?
Well, Sophia, thanks for your help today. It's been a pleasure. You can contact us. We've got our email address or contact information in the slide presentation. I'll also share that on the Discord server for the conference. So you can find us and reach out to us if you're interested. We'd love to hear from you and love to join you in hubs or show you what we've been working on. This has been a great experience. I'm going to switch over to the hubs room again so everybody online can see that.
And if you have a chance, please fill out the eval form that I'll place in the chat. Thank you everyone for attending, and we hope to see you in the next session.
Thank you, everybody. I hope you had fun today.
I'm going to stop the recording now.